to try to get something, but
All right, guys, we are back. We're doing our best over here at One Life to Play to fix these issues. We do have some issues with our production PC back here. Doing our best to fix those. We're trying to run the stream on a different computer out inside of our other studio that's in our lounge. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys come down 6070 Broadview Road and take a look at the lounge. You could see the studio out there, the stage, really, really cool stuff here. So hopefully this will fix our issues. We are up and running. We are into game, and man, finally, Game 3, Mingos versus Kent State University, and I'm excited to see this Viego.
Oh yeah, we have a Viego in the top lane versus Malphite for Mingos. Could be the spicy sauce pick that they need to surprise Kent State and get this Game 3 win for the series to stay alive in this league.
Again, while we're waiting for this, we appreciate you guys in chat being patient with us, sticking around, making sure you catch these games. I know you guys are just as excited as we are to see this match play out, and hopefully we will have all these issues resolved right now, and we'll be able to flow nicely into our second match of the day. And yeah, so we just appreciate the viewers out there sticking around, being patient with us, and hopefully we're going to get a nice banger of a game with this one.
Oh, it's already a banger. I could just tell by this level 1. The tension in the river is making the water boil, as you can see here. And that last issue was a driver res.
A driver res? Yes, yes. Actually, we did get rid of the issue, and then surprise, it came back as we were loading.
So it ganked, and then
Yeah, we got ganked, and then it got zilly resed and tried to fuck with us some more. So, oh,
what are you
man.
gonna do? Happens.
You know, sometimes technology is just beyond your control in some scenarios, and I think we've got everything resolved. So.
Sounds pretty good to me as we see a bit of a scuffle here. So we did get the rel that came out from Kent State. This time it's with the misfortune. We talked about the combo that Kent State can pull off. And if not the combo, it's the Corky that can win them this game. So eyes on Kenny, his CS numbers, his lane state, and how he can deal with this Echo. Looking at junglers. Oh. Well, junglers are both crossing through mid to opposite directions right now, so they're opposite path. This is the third game in a row, I think, that they've started opposite and continued opposite, so we could see, you know, a lack of action in the early game, which means, you know, keep an eye on these trades, the resources, the wave states, and try and predict where the junglers are going to look. I mean, Sejuani can be an active jungler after her first clear. She has the tools in her level 3 to pull off a gank here and could look bot lane.
Okay, so what is that there? That, I know, wraps around the terrain. Does that make him invis right now?
Yeah, I don't know if he's invis or shrouded, or you know how there's different types of invis?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly which one.
Is it kind of like a Senna where it's like you can see somebody's there, but you're not necessarily sure who it is, or...
I don't know for sure with Viego.
maybe.
I have to know what they call it, and then I could be like, it's like this. And I don't. But we do see the delivery man with some early action, forcing the flash out of both bot lane members from Mingos.
That is a great success there. A level 3 gank, getting both flashes and getting away.
Yeah.
Great start to the bot lane for Kent State University.
And they only use Rel Flash, and she has Hex Flash.
Yeah.
So if Sejuani were to repeat come, you can Hex Flash the Rel, knock one up, and then Sejuani and MF, they need to, can flash to secure the kill. So you time those flashes, you repeat in the next 5 minutes. And that is one way to get into this game and on the board for Kent State. As we see some aggression here from Mingos. Remember, their flashes are down, but they still have the heal ignite. Zac gank means Corky had to use his mobility spell. Echo using that to get a nice trade. And we see Malphite can definitely go toe-to-toe with the Viego at this stage in the game. No surprises here. I have heard Viego's lane sustain, as long as he's able to hit minions, is pretty good. Okay. But we see he's getting chipped out.
Yeah, he's looking okay now, though. We see both junglers are in their bot side quadrant. So top lane kind of alone, but I think he's taking the base right now.
There's no Dorn Shield on the Viego. He's relying on just the sustain he gets from hitting minions. I think if you take Dorn Shield, you can maybe get through that lane a little bit easier, but Again, I don't love that matchup for Viego, but I haven't seen enough of it to really say if it can turn.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how it plays out. Kenny wants a slow early game, as far as I'm aware. Doesn't want too much action in the rivers.
Yeah, he did base and pick up a call, so definitely right there. He does want the slow game here. He just wants to cash out on that call, make some plays once he gets package, and just kind of scale. I mean, we've seen him do it before, and like we said, it did work out really, really well for him. So I wonder what Zach will do here to try and look for, you know, ganks to try and maybe keep him under control. Is he going to focus? Like, what does Zach do in this scenario? Like, he wants to look mid and bot, if I'm correct, right?
Well, looking mid is hard. Quirky Valkyrie is just enough to dodge the Zach E.
Yeah.
And if you're not primary engaged for Echo, then Echo needs to land a W. It's hard to gank mid.
Okay.
You can look bot, but I think what Zach wants to do, Zach's a really good counter ganker.
Yeah.
So you can counter gank lanes from like Tri-Brush, from like, you know, 2 steps away from Gromp.
So really, he just wants to
Farm.
keep tabs on where Sejuani is and follow her.
Definitely. As we see, Mingos will engage.
Oh,
There's
four-man.
that main engage from Zach. This is going to be good Kent State, I think. Even if they get Star Pwner, they're super deep with no flashes on their bot laners. And the mid lane TP means that members are going to start falling. Who do they start with? It looks like Rascal Dog is getting low, but so is the delivery man on Sejuani, so a trade kill possible.
Oh my God, he gets away!
But no, it's Kenny and Condorex here, still healthy in the front. They're going to focus Zach Blobs, and that's a 2-for-0 trade.
No way.
That's a 3.
Yes. It's
3-for-0 trade
0.
for Kent State. And that was, oh no, this does not look good. And Moosinator
Oh my gosh.
is just able to take out Nathaniel Lanier. And that's Kent State on the board across the map. And the fundamental mistake from Mingos was you're ganking with Zach as main engage. His E misses, and your bot laners have no flash, and the TP comes in behind you.
Yeah.
And if your Zach's cooldowns aren't hitting and you're not chain CCing, you're just going to get that play turned on you with the TP. They went deep on Star Pwner, but he lived. It was his heal and his flash, the sum's disadvantage.
Yeah,
Right? It all
it
comes
really
down
was.
to the summoner spells. When you're making these plays, you have to consider every detail, and Kent State getting the better of that situation.
Yes, so great start here for Kent State University. No kills on Star Pwner here, but like we said, not too bad there, and Corky picking up a kill, so
That's dangerous.
yes.
Kenny's
very,
feeling
very much so.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much, and it's looking pretty good for Kent State here. Even in the 1v1, you have a champion that gets Vamp Scepter first, but is never gonna heal on the Malphite, who already has that grievous wounds. I think the matchup just gets harder for the Viego. And now we can look to Drake, right? Drake's up, but Zach pathing towards top, and Sejuani already is top, so it could be a Herald look from either team, or
Yeah,
these.
so just to point out there, Zach landing on those Raptors there was a ward, so they do have tabs on where he's at.
And that's
maybe
so huge.
Yeah, it is huge. Maybe that'll cause them to look for an objective on the other side of the map, or maybe to just kind of pressure. Man, I don't really know. Like,
Sejuani, it's just they're both kind of like herbivore junglers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sejuani
they
wants
play
to,
reactively and
Yeah.
with the team.
and notice the jungler that reacted to the last play was on the winning side. I think both of these junglers kind of want to look to counter gank. As we
Nathaniel
see
here in
2v1,
trouble.
he has flash, but he uses it, but he's still good as dead. Who do you give the kill to? It's Moosinator showing up in this series now with the 2-0 lead. That lane is going to feel really rough.
So
for the
why not
Viego.
look Herald right there? Maybe it looks like Sejuani actually did decide she's going to look Herald now. Okay.
It could be
My mistake. So I think Malphite there just grabbing the wave, gonna shove it in and then meet her back there. They do have time because Nathaniel does not have TP and they know that. So
Yeah, it's more important. Well, we could see a skirmish here. Zach going to go over the wall. This E's got to land. It does land on Sejuani. He can chain her CC, and Echo could come in for execute damage.
whose smite
He
was
will
that?
smite the Herald for enough HP to live, but does that mean that Herald goes over to Mingos? I think it does. Adam Suki will pick up the soul. He's forced to flash away, but the Corki damage, DPS over time is a lot. Kondarex shows up first. Here comes some CC, a big ulti on 2. This can turn the entire skirmish as Nathaniel on Viego is running down Kenny, who's flashless. Kenny will go down. He steals the Corki soul. Here comes the Valk, a bit of damage. And is this the Viego plays we're talking about? Galio flash taunt on the 2 members trying to keep his Viego alive, and will trade another one back. That's a 3.
Starponer. I didn't even realize he was there. Starponer picking up Viego there.
I think that's a 3 for 2 for
So
Mingos
hold up.
here.
Actually, we do see Malphite has the Herald. So Kent State University getting the Herald there.
Oh.
Actually.
I definitely thought I went to Mingos because they forced.
Me too. I was trying to. I couldn't tell because when he was dead, everything was grayed out. I couldn't tell who had it or not. But maybe you know, a nice trade here would be Mingos could pick up this Drake.
Yeah, Mingos with you know, arriving here first, but it does look contestable by Kent State if they have ultis. Got to look at ultis here. No ulti on Rel MF, but you do have ulti on Sejuani. That's their tool to get this, and I think Mingos might just take recalls here and be happy with their kill trade that they got, having to sacrifice both Herald, but unfortunate that I went over, and also Drake. Here comes Package behind the Echo. Echo look for a stun, but Valk will get him out of that situation. Nothing to come from there. And here's where your timing cooldowns. Who used what in that last fight? Because you know Galio Flash, he could be diveable. Maybe not. Maybe ambitious thinking. Kaisa pulled up there. Would have been a bad idea. I'm just thinking of possible plays. And we saw Viego with, you know, shining through in his skirmish potential. He was able to get on Kenny, who was flashless, take him down, and turn that into a series of positive play for Mingos.
Yeah,
oh, the Hex Flash, Rel, Kondarex finds it again. Game after game, this guy finding 2v2 plays, 2v1 there.
You know what I got to point out that I love? Almost every single member on Mingos changed their summoner names to their full names. I'm going to assume that's their full names, but I love to see it. I think that's great.
It is kind of funny.
Under. Like, I love to just see, like, this is this group of guys. You're going to know who they are because it's just straight up their names.
If I had to guess, actually, they're like random names.
I don't know. I think it's their names.
Chandler Clark. Nathaniel Lanier. They just sound too, like, good.
All right, guys. Diddy out here says, too good to be true with your guys' names.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of, the names are just OP. We'll have to ask the guys, are those your real names?
Let us know in the chat. Holy Boxers will relay it to us. She looked up. What?
Do we see a 2v2 up here? It could be as simple as RR. Do they... apprehensive. Both do have ultimates here. Sejuani and Zach are in relatively similar positions here. Zach possibly recalling, whereas Sedge might want to take her blue camps or could look for a 2v1. TP coming in, and Sejuani is walking up that way. This could be a dive. You see Harold go down.
Yeah.
You got to dive this. Let's see how they do it.
Surprise.
Starts with Malphite R. Sejuani with the CC to follow up. This guy is not going anywhere anytime soon, but Moosinator going down, and Nathaniel Lanier would take that trade.
Yeah, I was going to say worth there. I mean, because now Harold is just running rampant with Sejuani up there in the top lane. No one even looking to respond yet. So is he going to get another hit on the next turret? Wait, no.
It just AFK. I'm not sure how Harold went down. It should still be there hitting that, right?
It went down that quickly. Did he get hit? Did he get a hit off on the eye before he went down? Maybe. Because that chunk could make it so that it went down a tower.
Yeah, I did expect first tower to go down there, which would have made it a really nice play for Kent State. But if you're Viego, you're happy to at least get a trade there.
No, definitely. Now it looks like a much better trade for Viego than before. Now the
Handful of
tower
plates,
is still
though.
alive.
Plates do go down. Henny with blue buff, feeling good in this lane. Can kind of spam skills on the wave and not have to risk going up too far. And again, if Zach tries to E, he can Valk it. And if Echo engages, it's obvious to just disengage for Kenny. So hard to look mid. And now that Viego has Bork, we'll have to see if the trading patterns look any different. You can see the damage getting through on the Malphite, but he still wins those short trades for now.
So Zach's here. to set
3v2.
up.
Zach will land a knockup on the Rel. He's going to bop them both in. Rel ulti comes out. Flash by Misfortune, but she'll go down. It's double TP from Kent State. Massive package. That's going to win the situation. It's over. 2 for 1. Kent State. Kenny with a beautiful package. That's all that needs to be said.
Wow, beautiful package there from Kenny. Pretty much hung like a horse right there. Oh man, I did not expect that. He came before he even showed up from that TP. He was flying with the package, just perfectly timed. What a great TP there.
You're talking about the hang time, him in the air, right?
Exactly.
He was hung up there for so long. As Zach is doing the same impression here, getting a multi-man knockup. He might die if anyone does here.
He does have passive though, so are they? I don't know if they can get him from
Risky
here.
business. Kenny can QR this. Oh, but he's gonna
chill, buddy.
triumph for the win.
Oh man.
And Zach will go down. That quirky damage. Look at the Essence Reaver Rush try. This is a new thing that we see. I think Gangplank and Ezreal do this sometimes as well, but big damage coming out from Quirky already.
Man.
But it's Mingos looking to take this Drake. It's common to see Drake go over at the cost of, you know, one major play in the early stages of the game because it's hard to use a lot of cooldowns, make a play, and get there for Drake, so often just gets traded over. So Mingos doing a good job taking the opportunistic Drake play to get themselves an early Ocean and tie that up. But the gold lead, I gotta say, is higher this game than probably our last two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And Kent State could be running away from the series right before our eyes.
So let's take a look here. We don't have, it's going to be an Infernal Soul. So again, is that the third Infernal in a row?
Last game was?
What about game one?
Can't remember.
Chat, let us know. I think this is 3 Infernal Souls in a row, which is actually pretty crazy.
Why does Drake not feel random? It feels like not that random. Like, why is it 3 Infernals in a row? Why is it always Cloud when it's my team?
I was going to say, it only feels random when it bites you in the end.
Right. The R and the Sejuani. The way Viego's mobility works, he has no way other than Flash to deal with the Malphite R. Again, he's like the melee version of Seraphine last game. It's just too easy to take him out with those 2 champions in the early mid stages of the game.
Yeah, I think he needs to be a little more careful with his wave manipulation. I think he wants to be doing his best to farm safely on his side of the lane.
Yeah.
And to try and kind of like play out for that late game for those team fights. Because right now getting picked like that is really detrimental for him. Obviously, they can't contest this Herald at all.
What I would say...
He's losing to CS right now.
So this is a pretty decent split look. He knows he can run down to his team, whether or not they chase him down and opt into a play.
Oh.
But now he's baiting them into the pink ward that has a Zac there, so this could be a possible look for Mingos. But I like Kent State here because look at this Wombo combo. The Rel ulti, the Misfortune ulti, too much AoE damage in that cut. Forces the retreat from the Echo and the Zac, leaving Rascal Dog on Galio out to dry. You think you can make a positive play because they're running into a pink ward, but all it takes is 2 R buttons, Rel and Misfortune, to just destroy the situation.
Sorry, I got a yawn there. But man, I love it. Playing out like that looks beautiful to just see the Wombo work like that. Oh, but here comes Zac. Oh, but he misses. It's not enough. When he...
Oh, Chandler Clark gonna have to
Action
flash away
all
from
over the
Lucinator,
map.
but he's just gonna run her down with his Qs, and in the mid lane we see a scuffle here. That's also gonna go Kent State's way with a double kill onto Kenny. This is looking terrible for Mingos here. Last ditch effort knock up with the last of your HP bar for Zac. Gets you almost nothing. It's Kent State's game. It's a matter of them closing it out from here as they take mid lane tier 1, and they're gonna look to shop and spend a lot of gold. Baron coming up. No need to play Baron for either team in this situation. If you ask me, it's all about Drake's again. You could consider splitting the map 1-3-1 if you're Mingos to try and get yourselves back in the game, but you cannot 5v5 this team comp. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, it seems like so what we've seen from Kent State University, and I really like about their play style, is they play very team fight oriented comps,
Hmm.
and I really like that about them.
Yeah.
You could say here Mingos is pretty good for team fighting as well, but like Echo, I really like seeing Echo on the split more than I do the team fight.
Definitely.
And then Viego, I don't really know where he stands, so I can't really,
He should be in a long lane
speculate on
splitting as well. It's tough to say with Viego. He doesn't have the mobility of like a Camille or like a Fiora to hop multiple walls.
like to get away when he's splitting and caught.
And his lane opponent is just one button away from like basically killing him. So you're running out of options with Viego. But I do think him and Echo could be opposite side lanes to maybe try and draw the game out. They do have some time to work with because Kent State is 3 Drakes away from that Infernal Soul. So what you would look to do is every time Kent goes for a Drake, you look to trade away opposite side of the map. So in this example, you could send your Zac up to top lane with maybe Viego and look to take that turret while Kent State's taking Drake, something like that. Get something back for your team. You don't have to fight this comp.
Yeah,
They're
because
just
you
too
can't
scary.
necessarily like. I don't think they're gonna win a team fight.
I don't think so.
anymore. They need to look at their other options. So I agree. Like you said, just let them take this Drake. They're still only 3. They're still 3 away. So take something else on the opposite side of the map instead of going for that steal. I think like the way he's playing, like, is he gonna look for a steal here? He's kind of just standing in the wolf pit. I don't understand.
No,
why.
they will get top turret, I think, if Spectator will show us how that's going. And that is the trade I was talking about. Here we go, Moosinator with almost a complete one-shot on Chandler. All it takes is one misfortune love
fadeaway.
tap, and she dies. That is just, that's why they pick Malphite early. It's just the reliability of that one spell can just be so crucial in the mid-game. Kent State up with the pressure. Bar up, getting good damage on this tier 2, forcing a Zac. Elastic Slingshot will go wide. Answered by a TP in the mid lane. That's okay, it's probably Kenny. Oh, it's Moose, okay. You want that Moose TP. If Kenny was around the corner, I should have seen him. As we see, here's some DPS. Here's the Wombo combo coming out. It's the Rel, the Misfortune. Too much damage over the top. Sejuani, oh, why not one more for the boys, he says. But Echo
Oh my
able to
God,
walk
just
away.
Their comp playing out flawlessly right there. Unreal.
Oh, the Gale Force Corky snipe. You never see Corky make those kind of plays.
Yeah.
Other than with his Valkyries sometimes. But seeing the Gale Force come out,
So
pretty funny.
on their way to Baron here. Definitely a good look. I think they are going to secure this for pretty much for free. They can't really steal. Maybe Echo could kind of look for something, but they don't have Smite. Zac's not up for 8 seconds. He's not going to make it there in time. I think it's going to go over to them for free.
Yeah, it's pretty free. Looks pretty free here, barring something insane. And Kent State, timer's looking pretty good. You get this Baron, and for the next 3 minutes, you can, pressure lanes, set you up a nice Drake number 3. Then the question will be, after Drake 3, do you play Baron for another 2 minutes, or do you look for Soul, or something in between, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how Kent State positions and lane assignments for the close of this game.
Wow, Corky just 7-1 and 8. Like we said, Kenny just performing so well on this Corky again. I mean, we've only seen it once before, but second time is the charm.
Yeah, and what I love about Corky in this game is the enemy jungle can't really deal with your Valkyrie. The enemy mid jungle 2v2 can't stop Corky from getting in this game. When you're up against,
it has to be like if he uses it, then you got your chance. Oh, Nathaniel's gonna go down here.
yeah, Kent State finding a pick in the side lane. There's no cross map play to be seen from Mingo, so in hindsight, Viego just can't be that far up on the map without his team able to trade away. And now we're going to look to Kent State's aggressiveness and their decision making here and what they want to take and what they want to use to get these turrets here. As we see Zac goes in, that's probably good for Kent State. But wait, that's a really nice CC chain from the Zac. Kai'Sa here to show up, but there's the Rel Misfortune ultimate. It's just canceling every single play in this game that Mingos make. Echo gonna go in and just get bounced around. You still have
Oh,
Sedge
man,
ulti. I mean, this one's gonna be wrapped up
Yeah.
quickly. There's no play I can see coming out from Mingos that isn't just split pushing without being destroyed by that combo here. Nathaniel Lemire looking to pick up Condrax. He could turn into a Rel and do some fun things, but will just give his life as Kent State advance to the Nexus.
Kent State University looking really, really good here. Dare I say that even from week 1 of LSS Season 2, they have become better as a team. May that be a result of what we were talking about during the break, that Kent State University is in their esports center on campus playing these games and practicing there, and that's where they've really made this leap of gameplay. Like, it just felt so clean these last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where or how they practice exactly, but just being this organized university unit, it is really nice to see their improvement over time. This goes out here. It just seems that even though, as they do take the Nexus, they are your winners of our first bout today. They will improve to a 4-2 record, which will tie them for third with NBC Hysteria. Barring any